Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Premiere Next. In this video you are going to get all the information related to the latest review updates of the series called Painkiller Season 1. Almost frantically, director Peter Berg approaches Netflix's 6-episode Painkiller series. Given the harm Purdue Pharma is currently doing, there is an urgency in his account of how the opioid crisis in this country began, but it is ultimately hollow. Every episode of the show begins with a shot of a person's loved one reading the standard fictionalized disclaimer and then paying tribute to what wasn't fictionalized in their life. It serves as a powerful reminder of the fundamental fact that Painkiller attempts to explore, namely, how money wrecked lives, but due to the weak characters, impulsive filming decisions, and total lack of subtlety, each episode is unable to strike the correct emotional note despite making devastating overtures. Painkiller, adapted from a New Yorker article by Patrick Radden Keefe and Barry Myers. Painkiller, An Empire of Deceit and the Origin of America's Opioid Epidemic, was written by Micah Fitzgerald Blue and Noah Harpster. The main character is U.S. Attorney's Office investigator Eddie Flowers, who is being questioned by a legal team preparing a civil lawsuit against Purdue Pharma, the maker of Oxycontin. She essentially narrates the subsequent show, describing how painkillers permanently changed the American environment. Naturally, this necessitates the inclusion of Richard Sackler, the Dr. Frankenstein of this monster, and his gang of creeps, including his brother Raymond and the other suits who prioritized profit over caution, as important characters. Indo-Pesic, the acclaimed Hulu series that explored a similar tale about a type of sociopathic detachment from the world, Michael Stuhlbarg portrayed Sackler in a way that is comparable to Broderick's. Richard's abusive father is revealed in a few flashbacks, and it is virtually indicated that the trauma caused by this trauma broke him. Aduba's eyes may be on fire, but Broderick's are made of ice. For a feature film adaptation of Painkiller, a power struggle between Eddie and the Sacklers, it could have been sufficient, but since this is a Netflix miniseries, we need two more. The case study arc of Glenn Krieger, a mechanic who has a terrible accident in the first episode and develops an Oxycontin addiction, is the better of the two. Kitsch, a generally undervalued actor, performs fine work, but in the end, this particular vein of the series is too thin. It's good to draw attention to how many common people Richard Sackler's decisions affected on a personal level, yet he never even thought to do so. However, Painkiller as a whole is so chaotic that the Krieger stuff comes off as opportunistic and manipulative. Parts of the Krieger arc are unquestionably moving due to Kitsch and Carolina Butwick's performance as his wife. But reading it is like watching a car wreck in slow motion, because the prose is so inevitably deceptive. With Britt and Shannon, a couple of Purdue Pharma salespeople who learn there's a lot of money to be made in pushing pharmaceuticals on small-town doctors, Berg employs a whole different filming style. Britt, played by Shahabi, is already a shark when we first meet her, and she's drawing out her persona as though she had no idea that The Wolf of Wall Street was about a horrible guy. As the new girl who will undoubtedly discover the hard way that she is a part of a corrupt system, Duchovny gains a little more nuance, but this story arc is devoid of nuance at every turn. One episode after placing Iggy Pop's Candy on the soundtrack, the characters are dancing to Bow Wow Wow's I Want Candy at a Purdue Pharma corporate event. Get it? The medications have a sweet taste. Although the premise for Painkiller seemed to be The Big Short for the opioid crisis, it is nearly impossible to sustain that tone for 6 hours while following numerous character storylines, some of which never interact. This isn't just about a pill that killed a lot of people, Eddie clarifies. It's more substantial than that. She is speaking on behalf of the filmmakers, who focus on telling the bigger tale in each episode while all too frequently forgetting the people. If you are watching this video on YouTube, please click on the like button and subscribe to the channel for the latest updates related to upcoming movies and series. Related to